Last year, Carlos Alcaraz defeated Novak Djokovic in one of the best Wimbledon finals of all time. Now this year in 2024, the two will run things back. What's up, everybody? It's John Arapola here, providing my last little bit of coverage for this year's Wimbledon Championships. Hard to believe the tournament is just about wrapped up, as tomorrow marks the men's final. Can't wait for this matchup as Carlos Alcaraz and Novak Djokovic rematch in what was a great final last year. But here's the thing, guys. That was last year. In today's video, we're previewing and predicting it, and I think that we're going to see a much different final from last year. Remember last year, 5 sets, so back and forth. Carlos Alcaraz beat Novak Djokovic in a tiebreaker last year, something that was so rare to see at that point. We also saw Novak Djokovic make a few critical errors in a 5th and deciding set that ultimately cost him the Wimbledon Championship. This year, though, things are a little bit different. We know the year that Novak Djokovic has been having this year, and let's be honest, it hasn't been a pretty year. But yet, here we are 3 weeks after having knee surgery. Novak Djokovic incredibly finds himself in this year's Wimbledon final. But his road there was very, very easy. As a matter of fact, Novak Djokovic, forget about this tournament, this whole entire year in 2024 hasn't beaten a top 10 player. Now, meanwhile, Carlos Alcaraz, on the other hand, having a very good 2024, won a few tournaments throughout the course of the year. Of course, just winning the French Open last month at Roland Garros there. He became the youngest player to win a major championship on hard court, on grass court, and then on clay courts. Incredible feat for the young phenom. He's absolutely phenomenal. Now, here he is on another big stage. And we know at these big stages, he performs better and better and better. Just look what he did against Daniil Medvedev there in the semifinal. Got off to a little bit of a slow start, losing that first set. Settles in nicely. Those cat and mouse points, he's been just so lights out on them throughout the course of this whole entire tournament. So when I'm looking at this, I really think Novak Djokovic may have to pull a rabbit out of his hat here. I mean, listen, Novak, of course, could do it. No questions asked. One of, if not the greatest player of all time. One of, if not the greatest player to step foot ever on a Wimbledon court. Of course, if he were to win this, it will tie him with Roger Federer for the most Wimbledon championships all time. He absolutely could win this match, but we're going to see, I think, a little bit better play out of Novak. I saw him in that semifinal matchup there, and there's a little bit of signs of concerns at times. Seen him getting broken in big points. Like, I know he won in straight sets, but look at the end of that first set there. Gets broken when he was serving for the set there. That's uncharacteristic to see from Novak. Now, ultimately, he got the break right back, won the set anyway. But still, just seeing stuff like that, a little uncharacteristic. I know in that semifinal matchup, too, Novak going to a lot of those drop shots there. I don't know if that's the best thing to be doing against Carlos Alcaraz, who's been lights out on those cat and mouse type points like that. So, again, we'll see how it's all going to play out. Obviously, a lot of parity here in this one. We saw what happened last year. It was a fun final last year. Two of the best players in the world, of course, just by their rankings. Novak Djokovic, one of the greatest of all time. Carlos Alcaraz, the rising star that he is, the phenom. You could argue he can even be the face of tennis right now if you wanted to make that argument. It has all the parity here to be a fun final. Hopefully, it will be a fun back-and-forth final like it was last year, because that's going to make for great television, a great championship, and great talking points, and so much fun in the tennis world. But right now, like I said, guys, I see Carlos Alcaraz winning this one, and pretty easily at that. Let's see if Novak could grind down and get a big win here for championship number 25.